Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome once again to Pass Pirate Pay, the movie discussion show. My name is Ken. I'm your host, alongside my co-host, Andy. Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Ken. How are you?
I'm doing as well as could possibly be expected, given that this is another of our special weeks we got here.
Yes, this is Ken's forte of reviewing absolute shitburger movies.
That's right. We've got another installment in our recurring segment, Better Than Gigli.
Yeah.
Which is, for those of you who are unaware, I've seen a lot of movies in my life, and unequivocally, the worst of those movies is Gigli. So we are going through Rotten Tomatoes' list of the 100 worst movies of all time and seeing how they stack up against Gigli. Maybe we can find something to unseat it as the worst movie of all time. Who
Maybe.
knows? Or maybe we could find something that's actually worth watching. You never know.
Yeah. You never know which way it could go with you.
This is what we're doing. This
Never
is what
know.
we're trying to do. So yeah, so we're tackling today Twisted from 2004. That's the Better Than Gigli movie. And then in addition to that, we're going to cover a couple of movies that are in theaters now, those being Black Bag and a Minecraft movie. So that's what we got going.
It's a potpourri, nothing really connecting.
That's
these.
right. We don't have a theme this week. Just a couple of new things and one
an old shitburger.
One old worst movies of all time contender. So yeah, let's dive right in.
All right. Well, first, let me play the theme.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The Better Than Gigli theme. Let's do it. Okay, now the audience is ready.
That's
now we're
right.
ready.
Got to get them in the mood.
All right, so today's installment is Twisted from 2004, directed by Philip Kaufman. Philip Kaufman is he's the director of like actual movies. He directed The Right Stuff and 1978's Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I loved him that 70s.
Yeah.
Wait, the 50s one.
The Donald Sutherland one.
Yeah, I loved that one.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
It's a really creepy, awesome movie.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a real guy. This movie stars Ashley Judd, Samuel L. Jackson, Andy Garcia, David Strathairn. It's got real people in it.
It's a stacked cast.
It's a real movie. This must have done something wrong to wind up on this Rotten Tomatoes list, right?
Maybe.
So, all right. Strap yourself in.
Okay.
I'm going to describe for you what happens, the plot of this movie.
Okay, because I've not seen it.
No, I don't know. I've never heard of this movie before this. I don't know.
We used a random number generator to find it.
Right. I don't actually remember what number on the IMDb, on the Rotten Tomatoes bottom 100.
Okay, and what year was it? 90s?
2004.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the plot of this movie. Okay. Ashley Judd is a cop. She's newly promoted to homicide detective. Okay. The first time we see her, there's a serial killer played by Leland Orser. He's like a character actor from the 90s. He's in Very Bad Things. He's in Seven. He's in Alien Resurrection. It's a guy who's in stuff.
Okay.
He's a creepy guy. He looks creepy. He's always plays a creepy guy in movies. But yeah, so he's got a knife to her throat, standing behind her, and he's like he starts feeling her up. He's like talking about how he's going to murder her and stuff. And then he reaches down in her pants and he's like, "What's that?" And she's like, "That's my gun." And then she takes the knife away and disarms him, knocks him out, puts him in handcuffs. Once she has him in handcuffs, she kicks him in the face to break his nose. So this is how we learned she's got a temper. Okay.
She's tough.
Yeah, she's tough. So at this point of the movie, she's not yet a homicide detective.
Okay.
But why is she standing around in street clothes tracking this serial killer off by herself? Never explained. We don't know.
Is she vigilanteing?
She gets reprimanded. She gets promoted because of getting this guy, but she's also like, "Hey, you're lucky you don't get reprimanded. Like, this is a dangerous man you're tracking down, and you're doing it all yourself without backup." Like, she's just like a patrol woman. Why is she in plain clothes tracking this man down? Who the hell knows? Never explained.
She's super tough.
But anyway, she's now promoted. Okay. She's a homicide detective. Andy Garcia is her partner. She gets her first case. This movie takes place in San Francisco. They fish a body out of the water at Fisherman's Wharf. Okay. Ashley takes a look at the body and she goes, "Hey, I slept with that guy a couple months ago." She tells everybody this. She is not removed from the case. The conflict of interest here doesn't matter. She's like, okay, that's fine. This guy that you had sex with, picked up at a bar.
Is this relevant to the story?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So she randomly picked this guy up at a bar and had sex with him, one night stand. And now she's investigating his murder.
Okay.
So in the course of the investigation, they're looking at things. The guy had a cigarette burn on the back of his hand, which was intended to be like maybe some kind of a calling card. She's like, is this a serial killer? Is this a calling card of a serial killer? Who knows?
Stumbled on another serial killer right after the first one.
And then, sure enough, shortly thereafter, another body shows up. They fish this guy out of the water again.
She's not like, hey.
Cigarette burn on the back of his hand again. Same killer. And then she's like, wait a minute.
I fucked that guy too.
I banged that guy too. So
nobody's connecting any dots yet?
So she's still not taken off the case. She's still the lead investigator on the case. Okay. Through the course of these things happening, we learn that she's an alcoholic. She drinks alone in her apartment. She gets blackout drunk over and over again, right?
Okay.
And there's a history of mental illness in her family. Her father killed her mother and then himself in a murder-suicide thing. And her father was a cop. This happened when she was like 6 years old. Okay. And so she was raised by her father's former partner, who was played by Samuel L. Jackson, who is now the police commissioner of San Francisco.
Okay.
And he is like, well, number one, it wouldn't be fair to her to take her off of the case, take her off of her first case just because she happens to have had sex with these two guys that are the victims. And also, who better to investigate these murders? But because of her blackouts and her history of mental illness in the family, she begins to suspect that she may in fact be the serial killer.
Oh no, she's just getting drunk and murdering people?
She says, this movie actually contains the line, there's been another murder, and I'm my own best suspect.
So does she investigate herself?
So she is investigating herself. So at one point, Leland Orser, the first serial killer, his lawyer tells her that he's going to be filing charges against her for the police brutality when she breaks his nose, right?
Okay.
She has also had sex with this guy's lawyer.
This tough girl gets around.
The lawyer for the guy that she has, the first guy that she brings in.
This movie should be called Conflict of Interest.
Yeah, there's no such thing as conflicts of interest in this movie. Okay, so Leland's lawyer, he tells her that he's going to be bringing this case against her, but while at the same time being like, "Man, I'd really love to fuck you again." And he's like bringing this case against her and trying to fuck her at the same time. There's literally no conflict of interest. This is not a concept that exists in this movie.
Oh.
So then he ends up dead. So
he ends up because he fucked her?
Well, yeah, see, this is the connection.
Everybody who's fucking her ends up dead.
Everybody who fucks Ashley Judd winds up dying.
Oh, no.
And so she is like, and she's seeing.
I bet Harvey Weinstein was good. Like, shoo. Dodged a bullet there.
So she's doing these investigations, continuing to get drunk and blacking out every night, and like going through this mental breakdown wherein she's like, I don't know, am I the one who's killing these guys? Is it possible that I'm the one who's responsible for these things? So, and her partner is Andy Garcia, and he is trying to come on to her all the time, and she's like, no, you can't fuck me. You're gonna end up dead. But then it's like
how do you like I've been blackout drunk. I can't like make a microwave dinner.
Right.
Am I going to commit the perfect fucking murder multiple times?
Yeah, exactly. Because there is a person working in the crime lab, and they keep going back to this forensic scientist, and it's like, yeah, the person who's doing this is doing a great job. There's no DNA evidence anywhere to be found,
and you just right. Blackout drunk,
right? But Ashley, she's like, so at one of the bodies, there is like a small spatter of blood that may or may not belong to the victim. And this is like the early days of DNA evidence.
Early days, yeah.
So Ashley, on the down low, goes to see the forensic scientist with a tissue containing her own blood doesn't say that it's her, say that it's hers. It's like, I need you to investigate this blood, see if it's a match with this. Like, we're looking into it. She's discreetly investigating herself. For these murders. And there's all sorts of creepy dudes around her in this movie. So it's like, there's all kinds of people who was like, it's this guy, maybe it's this guy. Because obviously, we know it's not Ashley doing these murders, right? So, but it's just the thing that she's thinking about. So we're trying to figure out
which
one.
That would be a great twist. It might raise the Rotten Tomato meter.
Right. You ever have you seen Adaptation?
Yeah.
So in Adaptation, there's a movie that Charlie Kaufman's imaginary twin brother Donald Kaufman is coming up with, where there's a killer and a victim and a cop, except they're all the same person. So I can only imagine, and that movie came out 2 years before this. I can only imagine the screenwriter's like, now that's a good idea. So yeah, anyway, that's the way the whole thing is get set up.
Spoiler warning. Twisted spoilers ahead. Skip to the next chapter or minute marker 20 minutes to hear the verdict. You have been warned.
So here's how it ends. It turns out that Samuel L. Jackson, as the police commissioner / her guardian, has decided to help her career by creating all of these murders and allowing her to solve them. He's worried about her because she's fucking all of these guys, because she's an alcoholic who and like,
you know, my guess was Samuel L. Jackson was the doer.
I knew it. I could see it coming miles away. I could see it coming from miles away. Not only that, but it turns out that her father didn't actually commit murder-suicide. Sam Jackson
killed them both. Oh
yeah.
No!
So because her mother was sleeping around on her father, and the father couldn't handle it. So Sam is like, well, this woman's got to die, but the father couldn't handle that either, so he kills them both, made it look like a murder-suicide. So what he's been doing is he's been roofing Ash. It's never explained how, because she's always drinking wine alone in her apartment. So presumably, if she's getting blackout, she's an alcoholic. She's not drinking like half a bottle of wine that's already been opened. So how Sam Jackson is roofing these bottles of wine, never explained. Oh. But she's getting roofied every night, and that's why she's blacking out and being allowed to become the suspect in her own case.
And he's setting her up to make her look like the suspect?
No, it just
why
so
is he
happens
roofing her?
He's roofing her to keep her away from things. I don't actually know. It's not very clear.
Okay.
So eventually Sam sees that Andy Garcia and Ashley are getting close as partners, and they might be getting romantically linked also. It's never really made clear, but he's like, I got to get this guy out of the way. So his thing is he's setting Andy Garcia up to take the fall for all of these murders.
Okay.
And Andy Garcia looks the part. He is super creepy in this movie, like really, and he's like blowing his stack all the time. He's like doing like C+ Pacino, right?
Okay.
Like he's leering and he's shouting and he's just like... So then Ashley eventually gets taken into custody to be questioned for these murders. And Sam bails her out of jail, and she and Samuel, they go to see Andy Garcia in his apartment, and they're like, Sam's like, all right, well, we know it's not you, so let's have a toast. And they're going to drink to Ashley's success or being not found guilty. Who the hell knows?
Okay.
But all he's doing is roofing Andy Garcia so that he can murder him. But eventually Ashley figures it out. She figures out that Sam is the guy, somehow plants a microphone on his person and contacts the entire San Francisco Police Department to be on the other end of the recording that Sam is making as he confesses to her that he is the murderer.
Oh, no. Ruined his career as the commissioner.
That's it, right. And so the movie ends with him forcing Ashley Judd to shoot him, basically. So Sam looks like he's going to shoot himself. Then he's like, no. Then he turns to point the gun at Andy Garcia, and Ashley is forced to put a couple in his chest before he's able to kill her partner.
Oh, boy.
And that's how the movie ends.
That sounds like a mess.
It's a fucking disaster. It's a disaster. All right, so there's some things going on in this movie. The director, Philip Kaufman, seems uniquely obsessed with Ashley Judd's ass.
Oh,
there
yeah?
are so many shots of just like the camera is just on her ass constantly. And it's weird. There's like the screenwriter of this movie is a woman. And there's a lot of like feminist kind of stuff going on where it's like everyone wants to judge her for sleeping around, but it's like if she was a dude cop fucking a bunch of women in bars or whatever, it'd be like, whatever, he just gets around. It's fine.
And if they were turning up dead, it's like, yeah, whatever. The men kill women. Well, it's normal.
I mean, but there is like a lot of like stuff in here where it's like we shouldn't be slut shaming her for doing these things. It's just she's just a person, right?
Yeah.
So the movie seems torn between whether or not it wants to empower Ashley Judd or objectify her. And it's this weird dynamic between the screenplay and the direction. So I don't know if it's because I knew this movie was on the list of the 100 worst movies of all time. So the whole time I'm watching it, I'm just like, man, I can't wait to find out what's going to happen. I'm so excited for what's going to happen next. Like I like everything that's happening. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, this is so entertaining.
Because it was such a giant mess, and you just were like excited to see how far the downward spiral would go. It just
kept getting more ridiculous, and I couldn't wait to see how far it would go. It was really like. It was just a uniquely entertaining experience.
Okay.
Like I don't know if I've ever seen a better, truly terrible movie. Like,
wow.
Yeah. It's I couldn't have enjoyed it more. I can't imagine having enjoyed this movie more.
Well, that is a crazy
yeah.
Combination of things.
It's unbelievable. This movie is a giant mess train wreck with terrible acting, I would say, for the most part.
Yeah.
Like everybody's way over the top, but like I said, I was on the ride, and
I kind of watch Law and Order SVU for that same reason.
Yeah, right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But imagine like if the screenwriters of Law and Order SVU took a bunch of mushrooms or something before they decided. It was just like, what if this happened?
Like, I think that the idea of somebody who has like mental illness blackouts also being a cop and a killer, I think that's kind of compelling.
Yeah, sure.
If done right. If David Fincher did it, it might be cool.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah, so the way we do things on this Better Than Gigli segment is we give everything, we got 3 categories, and we score them. So the categories are disrespect for the audience's intelligence.
Okay.
Waste of resources, both human and financial.
Okay.
And unpleasantness of viewing experience.
Okay.
So we got a scale from 0 to 10 in each of those 3 categories.
Okay.
I've assigned a 9 to Gigli for all of those. So if anything, there's room for something to be worse in each of these categories than Gigli. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to give it a score. We're going to score Twisted.
Okay.
And so for disrespect for the audience's intelligence, I'm giving it a 3 out of 10 because the movie is preposterous. I think the movie is aware of how preposterous it is, but it doesn't quite go far enough to just be like, yeah, we're throwing out all sense of procedural anything that's happening here. But you know, so it's mildly disrespectful of the audience, but not so terrible.
Okay.
For waste of resources, I've given it a 1. Like, I think this is, with the exception of David Strathairn, who plays Ashley's therapist, he doesn't have anything to do, and I think he's great. I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. So he's a little bit wasted. But everybody else is being used in the best possible way. Like, this is the best use of, Ashley Judd's not a great actress, but she is like doing a compelling drunk freak out thing throughout this movie that's really good. And Andy Garcia as a creep is like, again, he's not a great actor, but he's chewing up scenery. He's having a good time. It's great. And the movie looks cool. It's shot on location in San Francisco. It's like the budget was put to good use. This movie made good use of its resources.
Okay.
And as far as unpleasantness of viewing experiences goes, this is a 0. This was a very pleasant viewing experience. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie.
So this is way better than Gigli.
Oh my God. So Gigli scores a 27 on the Gigliometer. This movie scores a 4.
Holy mackerel.
I got to tell you, if there is a better movie on this bottom 100 list, I will be shocked. I can't imagine. I'm so happy that the random number generator came upon this movie. I can't imagine that there's a more entertaining movie on this list that I'm going to have to watch, because this one,
All right. So we assume, Ken, that these are all going to be passes.
That's correct. That was the assumption.
So, is this a pass, pirate, or pay?
Man, I struggle with this one. I'm going to give it a pay. I'm giving it a pay. I'm telling you to pay for this movie. It was definitely never going to be less than a pirate. For sure, never less than a pirate. But like, I don't know. Since I've seen this movie, I've described the plot to like 5 different people. I just keep going up to people and be like, you can't imagine this movie that I just watched last night. It's so bananas. It's so good. It is like the absolute apex of terrible filmmaking.
Wow.
You can't make a terrible movie better than this.
I might have to watch this piece
I
of
think
shit.
you should. I think you should. That's why I put the spoiler warning in there beforehand for everybody that's listening. Like, I recommend this movie. It's totally ape shit. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. Love it. All right, we're going to switch gears a little bit here. We're going to come down to the present, 2025, Black Bag, directed by Steven Soderbergh. This movie is in many ways the complete opposite of Twisted. It is shockingly competently made. It is like incredibly very slick, right? Like that's how I came to take away.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it like a day after I watched Twisted, so I may have just been uniquely open to the possibility of good filmmaking.
Yeah, they felt like real agents.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so this movie is about a married couple played by Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett. They work for MI6 or something.
Feels British.
Yeah, some kind of British spy agency. Mm-hmm. So this movie, right off the bat, starts out with a bang, and like, I talk about movie length a lot on this show, and it's a thing that I kind of is kind of a thing for me. This movie comes in at a tight hour and 35 minutes or something like that.
Yeah,
it was short, something like that. And right away, the movie starts with, it feels like a Goodfellas homage. There's like a really long tracking shot of Michael Fassbender going into this nightclub to meet another agent or somebody to give him some information. It's like a 3-minute long tracking shot where he goes down some stairs into a nightclub, meets a guy, goes back outside, and they do the whole thing. And then the whole premise of the movie is spelled out in 3 minutes, where he meets this guy, and they're like, this thing, whatever it is, it's the MacGuffin, right? Something has been stolen, and we have suspects. There are 5 suspects inside MI6. One of them is your wife. And then at the same time, the guy's like, yeah, my wife's really mad at me because I slept with some other woman. And I know you don't have to worry about that because you're uniquely dedicated to your wife. So like right away, we know that Michael Fassbender is the one guy around who doesn't fuck around on his wife. And he's a dedicated MI6 agent who's in charge of sussing out moles, basically. And the whole thing, and he's going to be investigating his wife. And that we're off and running. I just really admire the way that this movie, like, it's like, here you are, you're 5 minutes into this movie. This is where you're going in the next hour and a half. It's great. Perfect. And it looks
That's
fantastic.
writing, man. That's good writing.
Just really good writing. And the whole thing, like, Soderbergh's camera work is fantastic. This movie looks incredible. There are a lot of really cool sets, a lot of cool buildings. Everything is really dark. Like, even when they're outside, there's a bunch of scenes where Fassbender's on a fishing boat. But it's always, it's England, I guess, so it's gray all the time. Everything just looks dark and muted colors, but the whole thing just looks really beautiful. So we learn that Fassbender's agent he hates liars, and he is supernaturally able to tell when somebody is lying to him. So he has a dinner party with the 5 suspects who have got the MacGuffin, one of whom may be doing the dirty deed.
Yeah.
And he puts some truth serum in the Indian food that he makes.
Yeah.
And basically starts playing Truth or Dare with his dinner party guests and like let them spill open all their guts and see what we can find out, right?
Yeah.
And there's this dinner party scene is awesome. So the movie makes it seem like the world of British intelligence is like this really incestual kind of environment.
Yeah, some Real Housewives action going on.
Where it's like, so the 5 suspects, one of them is Michael Fassbender's wife, and the other 4 are 2 couples.
Yeah.
It's like, and the movie's called Black Bag, which is a term that they use in these spy circles to mean...
to describe the secrecy of their job.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Where anytime it's like, I have this relationship with my partner, and we're open about everything with each other, except for national secrets. And anytime we have something that I can't divulge because of national security, it's in the black bag. It's black bag, exactly. So it just becomes this thing where it's like one of the characters. My favorite character in the movie is a young woman spy, and she like doesn't seem to grasp how this whole thing works. And at one point, so she's having sex with this older agent guy, and he's screwing around on her. Everybody's screwing around on everybody in this movie.
Yeah.
Except for Fassbender and Blanchett. They're like the one monogamous couple in this movie.
Yeah.
They're the only ones who don't cheat on each other. They have a great marriage somehow, right? But this young woman is like, kind of seems like she's on the edge, where it's just like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to be a person in this world, right? I can't date anyone outside of this agency because they wouldn't understand anything. And I can't date anybody inside the agency because they're all fucking liars.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and like, she's great. And that's kind of the whole thing of the movie, where it's just like, you have these people whose entire lives, their careers are based on dishonesty. So then the movie just seems to want to investigate how you have a relationship among people who were professional liars, you know? And it's just really cool, I thought. It's a really cool way to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the plot of the movie, I don't know, it almost seems incidental. Like when you find out who the bad guy eventually is, or what actually eventually is happening, it almost seems not to matter. Like, I just don't even care. I think if you ask me in 6 months who the bad guy was in this movie, I will have forgotten, right? Like, I just because it just doesn't seem important at all. The whole thing of the movie seems to be the relationship dynamic between the married couple, between Michael Fassbender,
right? Because he doesn't trust her implicitly,
right? Exactly.
Like, he investigates her just as much.
Yeah, exactly. And they seem to know that about each other. Like, they seem to be the 2 people in this world who have managed to figure out how to make the black bag work, right? That where they know that they're not being entirely honest with each other, and yet they still find a way to have enough trust in each other to make their marriage work.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, the whole thing is, it's just a really slick, like, professionally made movie. It feels like Steven Soderbergh could have cranked this movie out in 2 weeks in his sleep, right? It's just, this movie, he's in his bag. But like, not to be too cute.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is what he does. He just makes this movie, and it's fun, and it's cool, and everybody in it looks great. Everything is like, it's a plot that is just like, oh, what's gonna happen, but like, again, it just doesn't feel like anything really matters, right? It's just a fun movie. It's just a fun movie. That's all I could say.
I was a little bored.
Were you?
Yeah, but everything you're saying is right.
Right.
Like, I don't disagree with anything you're saying. Like,
So-
I still like watched it, and it was still okay. I am a plot guy.
Yeah.
And if the plot isn't, like, endless double crosses confuse me.
You're right.
And there wasn't enough exposition on what exactly was happening.
Right.
I don't know what the MacGuffin really did.
Right.
Like,
yeah. This is the thing. Like, I'm with you. There's so many double crosses of people, like, who's on whose side. It's just over and over again. It just keeps happening, where it's like, and it's just
it sounds like if you can't get your head around a movie, that you can still appreciate it. And if I can't get my head around a movie, that's all I can think about.
Right.
All I can think about is like, well, I don't know. Like, I'm too stupid to understand this movie.
Right. Yeah. See, I just think you need to not think of it that way. I don't know. I don't think.
But I loved all the actors.
I just don't think. I don't think the fact that you can't understand this movie makes you stupid. I think that's like kind of the point. I think if you were to ask Steven Soderbergh, he'd be like, "Yeah, I don't really care if the audience, whether or not the audience understands. I just want people to be along for the ride." And I just think that's what it is. But it's really interesting, right? For me, having just watched Twisted, where it's like you have one movie that is thoroughly incompetently made, and you have another movie that is the complete opposite, where it's just like everyone in it is a professional. This movie is great actors, a great director at the top of their game, doing everything. And if you ask me which of these movies I enjoyed watching more, it's not even close. It's not even close. Like Black Bag is definitely the better movie. It's there's no question. This is a better movie. It's just made better. It's everything about it is better. But I had so much more fun watching Twisted. Like, you can't even imagine. It's sick. It's unbelievable. I mean, Twisted may have broken me. That may be where we're at right here. But it's like I was watching Black Bag, and like I'm just thinking about, I appreciate this movie. Yeah, but like, it's just not a movie that. Like I said, like 6 months from now, I'm going to have forgotten everything about this movie. This is not a movie that's going to stick with me. And like Cate Blanchett is one of my absolute favorite actors in the world. And like, I love Michael Fassbender.
And you're right. Even all the minor characters in this did a great job.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm watching the movie. I'm watching these great looking shots and this like beautifully made thing. And it's just like, you know, I can appreciate the craft of this movie, but man, I wish it were, I don't know, 20% more off the rails. I wish it weren't so perfectly done. Like a little chaos in this movie, I think would have helped out a little bit. It would have helped out maybe a lot. Like it would have made it more compelling. Because like I said, I wasn't bored, but I wasn't really engaged. This is a movie.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Yeah, this is a movie where it's like, like I can understand if you were teaching a film school, right? Like you wanted to show somebody how to make an espionage thriller. You'd be like, this is like, watch this thing, do these things that are being done here.
Yeah, and
then hire yourself a more interesting screenwriter. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I'm with you. I was not engaged in the goings on of this movie.
Yeah.
It just didn't really grab me, despite the fact that I appreciated the hell out of it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you give Black Bag, Ken? A pass, pirate, or pay?
This one's a pirate for me.
Pirate for me too. It's the most pirate movie that I can think of.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's a very pirate movie.
I feel bad. I wanted to like it more. I don't know what happened. I can't explain it. I don't know if I had watched this movie before I watched Twisted. I don't know if I would have liked it more. Maybe. Like I honestly don't know, because all I was thinking was this movie should be more fun than it is, and it I don't know. Pirate.
Yeah. I think when we first talked about it, you compared it to Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah,
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I think, does that better.
Interesting.
Especially the show. The show.
Yeah, I never watched the show.
The show was really good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But the movie was good too, because it was a little bit goofier.
Yeah,
a little bit more playful.
I was thinking like this feels like the more grown up version of the Mr. and Mrs. Smith movie, right? Like this movie seems like it's made, and you know, we're gonna get into this with our next movie for sure, where it's just like there's not a lot of movies made for grown ups anymore. I feel like this movie was pitched to people our age and above, right? And it's cool. They should be making movies for grown-ups, you know.
They should.
It's not really a thing that really gets done anymore. And to do it with such A-list talent, you know, just I don't know. But this movie I don't think is doing very well at the box office, and I don't think it's going to get any kind of awards buzz, and nobody's going to think about it in a year. And that's just kind of where we are in the world with the way these movies go. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because, like I said, it's only a pirate for me, and you too. So yeah, that's Black Bag. Okay, our last movie of the day is 2025's A Minecraft Movie. Directed by Jared Hess. This movie is called A Minecraft Movie because this movie is making $1 billion, and I guarantee you there will be another Minecraft movie, and another and another.
Yeah.
We will not be able to escape the Minecraft movies for the rest of our lives, I think.
You're probably right.
Yeah. You're a gamer.
I am.
Have you ever played Minecraft?
I'm going to tell you my experience with the Minecraft game.
Okay.
I had heard about it. I had heard about it making waves and everything and people playing it and stuff. And I went over to my nephew's place and they're playing it. And I look at this game and I go, this looks like a piece of shit. This game looks like it came out when I was a child.
Yeah.
Like, why are you guys playing this?
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. I said, okay, well, what do you do? What's the missions? There's no missions.
Yeah.
What do you do? Oh, you build stuff.
Yeah.
At night, like these zombie things come out, and that's it. That's the game.
Interesting.
It's not really a game. It's just like the sandbox.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awful. It looks bad. It plays bad. There's no point.
Yeah.
There's no object. I don't understand how it's so popular.
Yeah,
I really don't. The only thing I can think is that my nephew said it's like a video game Legos.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, I can get my head around that, but not when I'm playing a video game. It just looks so dumb.
Interesting.
So I've always hated it.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything. The only thing I know about Minecraft is because South Park did that parody episode where it's the same thing, right? The parents are like, what the hell is this? What are you doing? And the kids are all just, you don't understand, Grandpa.
Yeah, we're killing boars in the forest.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have no experience with Minecraft. I don't play video games very much, and
it looks 8-bit. It looks like something came out on the fucking GameCube.
Yeah,
like it looks came out 30 years ago.
Interesting. So I don't know. I guess so. The point of the movie seems to be kind of the same thing, where it's just like the world does everything it can to stifle the creativity of young people, right? So Minecraft is the opposite. It's encouraging kids to just be creative, right? So it seems to me like that's a pretty reasonable thing to root for.
It's a good tack to attack the movie, to go at the movie with, you know?
Yeah, it seems to me like that's a really, like, this movie obviously is not for us, right? We're way too old for this movie.
Yeah.
I saw this movie, I went to a 10 p.m. screening. It was the last showing of the night.
Yeah.
And so there were no kids there, but everybody in the movie other than me was a dude in his 20s. It was like 10 dudes in their 20s, and they're all loving it. Everybody in the theater loves this. They're all going crazy for it, right? Like Chicken Jockey, right? Like,
did they go crazy for that?
They went nuts. Like,
that's a thing.
That's
like an internet thing.
It's a huge thing apparently, and I had no. But like all of the stupid shit that's happening, like the kids are like, oh, as the credits are rolling and the people are walking out of the theater, these young dudes are like, that was amazing. This is incredible. It's like, wow, man, kids are fucking weird
and stupid.
I don't understand this at all. So,
okay, well, hold on just one second.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you about my experience watching the movie.
Fire away.
I was at home and I go, okay, like I've got the night off. I'm going to go see the Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
And I did not feel like it.
Yeah.
I did not feel like going and paying for this movie and sitting through it in a theater. I didn't feel like driving there. So I'm like, I wonder if I can pirate this.
Oh.
If there's like a cam version. I don't need to see the real version of this.
Uh-huh.
So I look and there is.
Okay.
Right. And I start watching it. And as I'm watching it, I'm watching like the opening credits and it says story by TBA.
Okay.
And I'm like,
oh shit.
That's weird.
This is an old preview screen or something.
So it goes on and it is like this half finished, like Russian hack.
Nice.
And like at 3 points in the movie, some Russian gaming company like does a voiceover. It's like, yeah, the Russian gaming, you like a sports bet. Oh, and like it gets, and but I'm not like at the beginning it did that. And I'm like, some of these cam versions do that,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But like I'm watching it and like there's half finished CGI.
Oh my God.
There's wires that haven't been cut out that they're flinging the actors around. And I'm wondering, like, there's a part of me that thinks Minecraft is so shitty looking,
right,
that maybe this is the final version.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like, it can't be. The CGI with like their mouths weren't moving. In some things, you know, the villagers, those weird villagers, in some, the background, there are people in like really rudimentary costumes that are going to be CGI'd over later, but they're like walking around in these dumb costumes.
Oh my God.
It was, that part was fun for me, like spotting the unfinished CGI.
Did you actually go see the movie for real or no?
No. I watched the whole thing half finished CGI.
Oh my God.
Like, and it looked like a giant piece of shit just like the Minecraft video game.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So you and I are roughly the same age, and we came up with Jack Black being in Tenacious D and being a pretty cool, likable part of our lives, right?
Yeah. I was a fan. I was a big fan.
Big fan. Like, I really liked Jack Black. Like High Fidelity, when it came out in 2000, one of my favorite movies, and Jack Black is like doing his Jack Black shtick.
Rock.
School of Rock is a movie I really, really like.
Jack Black shtick.
Yeah, just doing his shtick. But like, man, I don't want to hate that guy, but I hate that guy.
I'm getting real tired of it, too.
I can't take it.
We talked about this on the
Santa, yeah. I'm just so tired of his shtick. I can't deal with it anymore. It's so bad.
I am too. And what makes me even more upset is that I know he's a better actor.
Yeah.
I know that he can do better. I've seen him do better.
It's like,
and he's not refusing to grow because this is where the goddamn money's at.
I mean, you think about it, like, he has become the most bankable children's movie star that we have, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's in the Kung Fu Panda movies.
He was in
the
Mario.
He was in the Goosebumps movies. He's in the Super Mario
Mario
movie.
made $1 billion. This one's going to make $1 billion.
Yep.
It's like, how can you say what he's doing is wrong when everything's a smash?
Everything he does is a smash hit, and he's doing the same thing in every movie.
Yeah.
Right? And he, like, every line he delivers in this movie is like he's delivering it like he's, I don't know, like a really bad Shakespearean actor, right? Like, he's just like, the monsters are coming. Like, he's just like, he's so huge in all of his deliveries.
Yeah.
And then, and then he'll be like, it's a sensation, doing his Jack Black bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, I really don't like this guy anymore. I'm so done with him.
It's real predictable. It's real flaily. You know who he reminds me of? Is Robin Williams.
Yeah, right. And this is the thing, like, I'm famous for my unpopular opinions, and one of my least popular opinions is that Robin Williams sucks.
Not in everything, though.
He has good movies, but like,
his good movies are when he's not acting like Robin Williams.
Exactly. Like, the Robin Williams shit is so tired. Like, I got so sick of that so fast. Like, I was tired of it after Good Morning Vietnam, and he went on and was doing it for 20 years after that.
He did it for so long. But then there were like peppered in there. There were great Robin Williams performances.
Like, I think he's great in Good Will Hunting.
He's great in Good Will Hunting. Did you ever see The World According to Garp?
No, I've never seen it. Yeah, I hear it's great.
He's really good in that.
Yeah.
Really. And that was early on, too.
Yeah, that's right after Mork and Mindy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The difference between those two guys, right, is that Robin Williams occasionally turned it off. Right?
So does Jack Black.
When was the last time Jack Black was in something where he
Bernie? Did you ever see Bernie?
I don't remember if I saw. I remember it, but I don't remember if I saw it.
There was also where he played the Polka King of Minnesota. That was a good one, where he's not playing the same role.
Okay,
and it's a little bit different. And both of those performances were incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I guess I don't know. Like, Robin Williams died with an Oscar, right? Jack Black seems to be going a different route.
Yeah, I think there's still hope, though. I think he's still, at an age where he can take a route and do some stuff.
Yeah.
Do some good stuff. And hopefully after these dumb kids movies, he might do that.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm certainly at a point in my life where it's like, if I never see another Jack Black movie, I will be totally okay with that. Like, he's just.
You don't think he's capable of surprising you?
I don't. I
think he is.
I'm just not there with this guy. I don't want anything to do with him anymore. I see him and it just makes me angry. And then there's Jason Momoa, and like, that guy. So this movie seems to be playing off of his like cool guy persona, where it's just like he spends half the movie as like, I'm better than everybody and too cool to be involved in anything shtick. But then the other half of the movie, he's playing Willie Scott from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, right? like anytime anything remotely dangerous is happening, he's shrieking and like running away. And like, it's a very weird balance, but like, he is also terrible in this movie, I think.
Yeah. And just the whole aesthetic of Minecraft is so bad.
Yeah, see, I don't mind it.
It was all blocky and stupid.
The blockiness is
the bad guys were stupid. Those pigs.
So the thing,
like, everything was so dumb.
So there are points in this movie. Jennifer Coolidge is in this movie,
Which is completely unnecessary.
Yeah, but at the same time, like there's one of the villagers, one of the goofy CGI villagers from Minecraft world comes into the real world, and Jennifer Coolidge hits him with her car, and they fall in love, right?
Yeah.
And the whole thing is just an excuse for Jennifer Coolidge. See, she's got this she's an actual actor also, but ever since White Lotus made her like more of a household name, she's just doing this ditzy shtick. And her shtick, I am not tired of. I think she's really funny.
Everybody loves Jennifer Coolidge. Yeah. For some reason that shtick is just funny.
I'm guessing there will be a point where I'm tired of it, but I'm not there yet.
She's now spring chicken though.
Yeah, that's true. But I like so all of the scenes with her in them, and there are a couple of scenes with Jermaine Clement in the beginning that are like really weirdly goofy.
Oh yeah.
And you just like. There are a few times in this movie where I'm like, oh shit, this movie was directed by the guy who made Napoleon Dynamite. Like,
oh, that was that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it's like, there are a few spots in this movie where it's like so kooky and weird. I had several like legit laugh out loud spots in this movie where I
didn't.
Yeah. Like I was like, wow, that's actually really funny. I like got some serious chuckles, and it's just, all of those little moments where it's like there's an actual person who has an aesthetic that I have at one point liked behind all of this bombastic CGI and terrible acting from the main people in the movie.
Yeah.
But there are little moments where it's like, wow, there's quirky, weird shit. And I think that's part of Minecraft. It's that, like, it's supposed to look terrible, right? Like the blockiness is the point of it, where that's just what it's going for. And I think that Jared Hess's aesthetic and the Minecraft aesthetic could have been made into a thing that was like kooky, weird, and fun, but instead they made the $1 billion blockbuster version, and good for them, but not good for us, right? Like,
and I think you have to look at these things, these giant. Like, and it's the way Hollywood works now, and it's gross.
Yeah.
Where they take a big, popular, giant, because they don't want to take a risk.
Right, of course.
So they have this thing that already has this giant built-in audience, and then they hire somebody who can maybe make something good.
Right.
And I think the only time I've ever seen that in recent memory is Barbie.
Right, Barbie.
Barbie is the only one that worked, and that's because she really drilled down hard on the social aspects of Barbie.
I think I couldn't stop thinking about Barbie while I was watching this movie.
Yeah,
because I think there was an instinct by the filmmakers to try to do something similar, but they just chickened out at the end, or jockeyed out at the end.
And also, though, when you have an IP like Minecraft, which is so dull, so dull.
So's Barbie.
I think Barbie, though, you have a little bit more to work with. Like you have the social ramifications of Barbie to work with.
I don't know. I think that so this movie had 5. You didn't get to see the actual credits. There were 5 credited screenwriters on this movie. Where it's
it was just to be determined when I watched it.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe they pared down the actual 30 people that worked on this script into
I might have seen
5
scenes that you didn't.
Yeah, you might have. But yeah, so like this movie, it feels like what happens when a movie is made by studio executives rather than by a person, right? And Barbie, despite the fact that it was the highest grossing movie of the year that it came out, and was a huge financial success, the lessons that we learned from Barbie were not learned by these studios. But I guess, I keep saying that even though this movie's going to make $1 billion, it's not like anybody is looking at this movie as a failure.
I think that the lesson the studios learned was, if we do this giant intellectual property that is hugely popular in other realms, we can make a lot of money no matter what we put on there.
Yeah.
They didn't learn the lesson. Like, if you give this to like a brilliant director, they might pull something great out of it.
Yeah. It's really sad considering how well Barbie did and how really great of a movie it is. It's a shame that they're not people aren't willing to take more risks with the IP, right?
Yeah.
Because like like I said, these fucking kids, these 20-year-old kids in the movie with me that are watching the movie in the theaters with me, they love this piece of shit, but they're gonna love it no matter what it is, right?
Right.
So why not hire somebody to actually try to make something interesting out of it?
If it's the guy who did Napoleon Dynamite, I think they might have tried that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because that's not the, like, if you're going to make a piece of shit Minecraft movie, you just hire anybody.
Right.
But that's not somebody you would hire. That's somebody you would hire to make something good.
Right. But
and it wasn't.
Yeah, it just kind of got like I don't. It seems like I hated this movie a lot less than you did. I didn't hate this movie.
I hate the game.
Yeah,
I came in hating the game.
Right. I have no opinion of Minecraft before coming into this movie.
Yeah,
and like I said, there were scenes that were legitimately interesting to me and funny, like a few times. And I thought that the two kids were actually pretty good, especially the girl. I thought she was.
I thought that it was just tits on a bowl. Like you could have. It was just. Everybody was useless. I think the Jack Black character was.
You didn't like the Jennifer Coolidge stuff? I thought that shit was funny.
No, I thought it was. I mean, it's an island of just whatever.
Yeah,
it didn't need to be there. It just got in the way of the shitty story that was there.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was really good. I thought that the germ of something interesting was in those scenes where it's just like, if we had gone this route, we could have made something good. Instead, we're going to do this big CGI, like lame ass battle sequence thing over and over again. And it's just like not interesting at all.
When you tackle these big intellectual properties, like there has to be fan service paid.
Yeah.
Otherwise why do it?
Sure. I get it. I mean, again, I can't,
I would argue, fuck the fan service and just make the best movie you can.
I agree. I mean,
and I think that's what Greta Gerwig did.
Right. Exactly.
I don't think there's. I mean, maybe it's tucked in there, it's hidden in there, but it never felt like we were being pandered to.
No, but there is definitely fan service in Barbie, right? Where it's just like the
big
random
Barbie land.
Yeah, like and like it's like, oh, here's this weird Barbie that came out and was immediately forgotten. It's like,
that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Greta Gerwig is a fucking genius, right? So not every movie can be made by her. But I think the lesson is that the fans are going to come to see these movies if the intellectual property is popular enough, and Minecraft clearly is. You can make something that's interesting and challenge the audience a little bit, and people are still going to come out and see it. But this movie just didn't get there. It just didn't work.
No.
But yeah, like I said, I didn't hate this movie. I expected to hate it, and I didn't hate it. I hate Jack Black in it, but I didn't hate the movie.
Yeah, actually, Jack Black was my favorite thing in it, and I hated that too.
Oof.
But it was the thing I hated least.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this movie is for kids, and it's got a good message at its core, where it's just like creativity and thinking outside the box is a good thing. Even though the movie doesn't do that, it's still saying that. It's do as I say, not as I do.
It follows a pretty familiar formula.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This movie is not creative at all, but at least it's paying lip service to the idea of creativity. And if you're an 8-year-old watching this movie, maybe that'll spark something in you, and it might be bad. It might not be bad. I don't know. As far as kid blockbuster movies go, it's hard for me to get too upset about this movie. I would be happier not having seen it, to be sure. But like, yeah, again, this is one of those things where it's like, this is not a movie for me.
Right.
And I can appreciate people liking it, but man, we can do better, right? That's just where I'm at.
All right. So, Ken, is the Minecraft movie a pass, pirate, pay for you?
No, it's definitely a pass. I mean, come on.
Yeah, pass for me too. Hard pass.
Yeah. Whatever. Whatever. If you're a person who likes the game, maybe this movie will spark some things for you. But if you're
a person who likes the game, there's really nothing we can say that's gonna sway them from it.
That's for sure true. But yeah, I don't know. We be better. That's all I can say. Be better. Come on.
All right, Ken, so we got to talk about next time on the show.
What are we doing next?
So I hate to go back to this, but I think that this is a different tack. We are doing black vampire movies.
Black vampire movies?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're definitely doing Blackula.
Okay.
Have you seen Blackula?
I have not.
Okay. We are doing Eddie Murphy's 90s movie, Vampire in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
I have not.
And we are doing the brand new movie by
Ryan Coogler.
Sinners. Sinners.
Yeah.
We're doing Sinners.
Okay.
So it's black vampire movies.
Okay. So no Queen of the Damned?
No Queen of the Damned.
Okay.
No, I thought about that one, but I think Vampire in Brooklyn would be more fun.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that sounds good. I was certainly going to go see Sinners anyway, so that's
yeah, it's doing really well.
Yeah.
Like critically, it's doing really well.
Yeah. Ryan Coogler.
Is he the Black Panther guy?
Yep, he did Black Panther, which is a movie I really like.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it. I think that's his best movie. He also did Creed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's a good filmmaker. Michael B. Jordan, really good actor. So, yeah. Yeah, Sinners, that should be good. And the other two, who knows? We'll see.
All right, cool.
All right. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in to Pass Pirate Pay. This episode was produced by the one and only Andy Morris. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast app. We'd hate for you to miss out on all the fun. Curious about where to stream the movies we talked about? Head on over to passpiratepay.com. We've got everything listed with handy links on where to watch. You can also join the conversation on our Facebook page or stalk our cinematic musings on Letterboxd. Links are on the site. Got a movie or a TV show you think we should review? Fill out the contact form, or this is cool, you can even text us right through the episode player on our website's front page. Thanks again for hanging out with us. Until next time, keep watching, keep rating, and keep it past Pirate Pay.